Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the technical issue. My OBS software is a bit of a nightmare sometimes. But welcome back to the coffee company. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, it's 3 days after Coffee Festival. We're still coming down from the high of it. So we're still trying to chill out and sort out some of the back end issues of the company in terms of website and all that nonsense. It's always difficult running a business, but we're getting there. We're a bit of a cowboy sometimes, but we're getting there. We're going to wait a couple of minutes so everyone can get into the chat. But a welcome to Mr. Celery Agent. Mr. Celery Agent is going, oi, 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 followed by a Stratocaster and a meow. So welcome, Celery. Hopefully you are doing well, sir. Hopefully you are doing well. Let's bring up the old live chat, blah, blah, blah. How are you doing today, Celery? Are you doing good? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have to... profiles. No, not profiles. Edit. Afternoon, Ben, and all in chat. Found out yesterday I'm feeling ill, so took a COVID test and I was positive. Get better soon, Cartman. Take it easy. Take it easy. Celery's saying, doing good. Kuva's saying, afternoon, Ben, and afternoon chat. Afternoon, Mr. Kuva. Hopefully you're doing well. And Celery's saying, evening, Kuv. No. Do the logo later. How do we add onto the elements? Social links, edit social links, remove, confirm, add social link, So we need to, what's it called? Bang. Bang. Done. Done. Save changes. Need to add my logo to my website. Big up Seller Agent and Kuva. Afternoon, Graham, sir. Afternoon. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. Afternoon, Miss Nifa. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Great. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing? I am just doing some back-end rubbish on my website. What we are going to do, after we've had our coffee, is we're going to show a couple of the pictures from Kauffie Festival for some of the people that haven't seen them. Just to wind down the Kauffie Festival. Let's see if we can find them. There's a few pictures to watch. Oh, no. Can we show these in a gallery? It's gallery. Here we go. How do we show it as a full screen though? I'll work this out in a second. Bobby Kane, good afternoon. Oh, it's coffee time. Afternoon, Mr. Bobby K. Hopefully you are doing well, sir. Hopefully you are doing well. Mr. Phil Lattis, Hollywood Phil is in the house saying, aye, aye, afternoon all. Afternoon, Mr. Phil. Afternoon, Mr. Hollywood. Hopefully you are doing well as well. Mr. Eugen is in the house saying, hi everyone, big up. Hashtag, Levy out. That's what he is saying. I can't help what people say in the chat. It's not my fault what they're saying is correct. How is everyone? We've got a couple of coffees to try. I think what we're going to do... You guys have a choice of what coffee I try. I've got 3 coffees. I already tried one of them, but I wish to try it again. Because I didn't get the recipe quite right. I've got 3 coffees to try. We can either try this again from A Matter of Concrete, which is a very famous UNESCO World Heritage Site coffee roastery in Rotterdam. We can try the Bowler from Gentleman's Baristas, who were on the same stand as us at Kauffie Festival. Or another one from Gentleman's Baristas. They have the Racer. We've only tried one of these coffees, but we only tried one of them as a mini tester. I'm going to open this just because I... Oh, let's drop in the lid. Ooh. That's a lovely coffee, that is. Or we can be self-indulging and try some of the coffee from the coffee company. Haha. Nah, but in all seriousness, we'll probably try this one. Celery Same Racer. One of the things we might try, seeing as Gentleman's Baristas have them, I might call the bag broker and see if they've got any sample-sized bags. Because Kuva gave me the idea of if anyone should wish to purchase some of the samples. So then what we could do is everyone could have a couple of the samples, and then whilst we're having the coffee afternoon, we can try the coffee, the same recipe, and then we can see what it all tastes like, because it'll be a sensory experience for us all. And before we make our coffee, we will introduce what I think is biscuit of the day. It was in the biscuit section, so I will leave it to my what's it called? My consigliere, Mr. Coover99, because we will be trying Mikado, which are more like Pocky, I would say. The milk chocolate flavour. Because I really like these, and I want to eat them. It's the Eugene saying Racer as well, so I think Racer wins. Are Mikado biscuits, or are they a snack? That is the first question for the guys in the chat. The guys and gals. Let's open this. It just doesn't smell that. Doesn't smell that flavoursome. It is a natural 24-hour fermentation. The origin is Cerrado. Good solid choice. Mikados are lovely. Good stuff. This is the Racer. You can't really see it. But it's a Katawai. I don't know what form of Katawai though. I don't know if it's yellow. I don't know if it's red. I don't know what colour it is. It's from Cerrado in Brazil. And the farmer is Inácio Carlos Urban Rio Brilhante. 24-hour fermentation, natural. And apparently it tastes like chocolate, marmalade, Brazilian nuts, and apricots. Everyone's saying hello to each other, that's great. Well, I picked the one. So Bobby K's actually picked the bowler. Amazingly. Interesting. But of course, if the Pockies are not enough, I got some chocolate donuts from Sainsbury's, because they are lovely. Love the Sainsbury's chocolate donuts. They remind me of they remind me of the old Cadbury donuts from McDonald's. They're just smaller. I miss the old Cadbury and McDonald's donuts. They were fantastic. It's the best thing. Let's give it a go. Oh, I think you've lost today though, Bobby. I think we're going to go for the Racer. Which does actually sound good. Toffee apples, yellow plums, grapefruit and dark brown sugar. Giving me the munchies. Uh-oh. Right, let's try this then. We're not going to do anything crazy with the recipe. We are just going to go 18 grams in, 18 grams into the hopper. 92 degrees of water. And 32 out. So it's going to be a thicker shot, so it's going to be good with milk, I think. I think this coffee will suit milk. Just cleaning the EK43 out. Can you guys see the EK43? I guess not. Race to start, bowler to finish. Ooh. That can be done. And we're stirring it just to get them, just to get the clumps out. We can do, ooh, you can pretend to smell it. Afternoon, Catman. Hello all. It was Neva's birthday last week. I was going to ask you, Ben, on the stream if you could wish her a happy birthday, but your stream was off. Can we get a belated one? Yes. Happy belated birthday to Neva. Hopefully she had a wonderful time. Everyone give a happy birthday to Neva. I'm not doing the bloody song. Right, clear. We actually re-debuted one of my old latte art patterns. So we're going to do it right now. see it? Yeah. How's that look? Dumbo is back, baby! Dumbo is back! Look at you! Beautiful. Gotta do that again. I'm super happy with that. How's that one? I opened it the wrong way, but that's alright. Had a birthday swim and neither had naughty fish and chips that evening, and I was out here on the run out. Great stuff. Sally's given a trophy, great stuff. Right, let's try this coffee. So this is the Racer by Gentleman's Baristas. Let's give it a go. Lose a lot of that flavour. It's a bit flavourless, unfortunately. There is a bit of fruitiness, but with a cappuccino that's been extracted for the right amount of time, which it was, it should have a lot more chocolate in. It's a bit unfortunate. When was this roasted? 28th of the 3rd. It's got no excuse really. No, I don't dance in the shop. I'll bang my head to some AC/DC, but that's about it. Right, let's try it with a chocolate mini donut. When were these made? And those are on their way out. Why do you think it's like that? I don't want to be overly critical because they gave me this coffee. But it's the problem with big roasteries. You can't always control the quality if you've got that many people working for you. I don't taste any chocolate. I don't taste any marmalade. I don't taste nuts really. I don't even smell the fermented flavour. I don't smell it. So it's not a winner. Whereas if I look at this coffee, it smells minty immediately. That is just, see, that's the difference between an alright coffee, an amazing coffee. That is top notch, that is. What a real shame. They were really nice guys though. I can be a bit more honest because I've got no affiliation with Gentleman's Baristas. They gave me this coffee just as a gift. Yeah, no smell. That's just really great. It's fantastic. I mean, I smell mints. I smell almost oak. Not that it is oak, because oak isn't really a flavour. Well, it is a flavour in coffee, but only in bad coffee. But it's got that zinginess that you would expect at the end of a glass of wine. That's what it's got. It's the difference. When I smell this, nothing, really. What happens when I smell rosin? That's a bit more chocolatey, but still, if I get, not going to compare it because that's just going to be biased, isn't it? If I, fruity, I open it, it's fruity. It is what it is. Some people like it, but if you like this coffee, you like this coffee. I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum when it comes to coffee. For me, it could be better. It smells like it needs a bit more airflow when they're after the crack. For me, it smells like the aromas haven't been developed in the coffee. First time I ever see a poor face after a sip of coffee. Think I'll stick with the Valentine. There isn't much left of that, Neither. So if you do want a coffee afterwards, very soon, I would give this a go. This is probably better than the Valentine's Day coffee. And it's world champion approved. But at least my latte art was pretty though, wasn't it? Needs more crack. I don't know when because they don't, obviously, why would, if you're a big company, you would never show your roasting graph. I don't know if this is first crack or second crack. Probably only first crack. For me, it needs, after the crack, needs more development time. Obviously, I don't know how long they roasted it for. So this is all speculation, but who knows? For me, it lacks flavour. It lacks chocolate. And maybe, well, I do it as well, I roast for all methods. But I believe they could have done better here. Big up, Fitzy. Lovely to see you. Everyone give a hello to Mr. Fitzy in the chat. Lovely to see him as always. She's after one of your t-shirts. What size is this one? If you can get in a small, I don't want to say that, that's really horrible, but I've got a small, I've only got one t-shirt left, Nipa. You can probably fit in this because you're a swimmer and you dance. So I reckon you could get in this. If you want this t-shirt, give me a shout and I'll send it to you. Let us know, Nifa, because it's a very nice t-shirt and I don't know anyone who wears a size small. Let us know, Nifa, and I'll send that to you tomorrow. I've got your address somewhere. Catman's having a mare. Poor Catman, he's trying his best. Everyone loves Fitzy in the chat. Fitzy's a great chap. Big up Catman Jess, what a guy that man is. We're going to let that settle down and then we're going to try the bowler to see if that's any better. The screen's a bit dirty. Oh well. It's the sunshine. The sun is shining now, so I'm actually going to open my patio doors. Well, at least I can. I need to get on logo this, and I need to ask them. What can we do in terms of selling some t-shirts? I'd love to sell some t-shirts. Merch is always good. Especially if I can do stuff like this. Oh, I'm off screen, good stuff. I'd love to do some hats like the Slayer hats. It's not quite my style. No, I'm super hipster. I'm Kevin. It's not a good look. I just don't look good wearing caps, in my opinion. It's just not me. I'd love to get some coffee company hats. Beanies. Beanies would be an absolute... I'd love to do some beanies for the winter. Because I love a beanie. Beanies are really cool now. Beanies have been for a while. Oh. I'd love to get some Slayer bands like the Slayer bands. Because... as everyone knows, me being someone of backwards bro, yeah, I always try and have 7 bands on my arm. Beanies rock, yeah they do. Because, I don't know how many of you know this, but there's a thing in Judaism called tefillin. And you put a box on your head with like a shamar in it, and you wrap it around your arm 7 times. So 4 times here, 3 times here, and it wraps around your middle finger, which is the closest vein to your heart. So as a sort of an homage to the tefillin, I always wear 7 bands with all the coffee companies I've worked with. So it's a bit of an homage to that. So I'd love to get some coffee company bands. Not that it's 2003 anymore and bands aren't really that cool. Remember 2003 when everyone was wearing bands? Just a bit of curiosity. What's the worst coffee you've ever had? My worst experience was a half-time cuppa on a freezing cold, rain-soaked, watching Hereford draw 0-0 at Lincoln in the 80s. The worst coffee I've ever had is anything from Pret a Manger. I cannot stand Pret a Manger. For me, the amount of money they waste on they spend on coffee, and how bad it is for the price, it's unacceptable. Obviously, you can say instant coffee, but instant coffee is cheap. It's never going to taste good because it's cheap. It's awful quality, but it's cheap. So you're like, oh, it's cheap and cheerful. Oh well. Pret a Manger is more expensive than a lot of specialty coffee places. And it's awful. It's the price that makes it awful. It's dreadful, Pret a Manger. Mr. Bob Spur TV has finally made his way into my chat. Everyone big up to Mr. Bob Spur. Absolute, what a lovely gent he is. He's saying, big up Benjamin. Best slice to go with a milky latte. I always get told anything. Big love, buddy. Looking forward to seeing you Friday. Absolutely. I will absolutely be absolute pleasure to see you on Friday, sir, with your lovely partner, Kim. And it's going to be a great day when you get down here. It's going to be... Need to roll out the blue carpet, as it were, the blue and white carpet. Just here. Just here. Yeah, we are difficult to find. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. That was me.
And I tried some new coffee. I thought it was not bad. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It's not a difficult thing. I've been wandering around. I've never been to Woodford
Yeah.
before, so that's another.
Yeah.
But quite scared.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's difficult looking at
Yeah.
compared to a real
Yeah.
map, right?
Yeah.
But I found you,
Yeah.
and you serve me a coffee.
I can serve you a coffee. Take a seat, sir. Take a seat.
This is a little cottage shop. Never mind a cottage industry.
Yeah.
It's
It's a one-man band and very difficult to find.
was that deliberate?
Yes. If you want a coffee roastery, you cannot have the door opening every 2 minutes, otherwise you ruin your coffee batch.
Or you upset the neighbours or something, you know. Well, I have found you. I had to ask for a few people,
Yeah.
and a couple of guys who thought, they're smoking some weed or whatever, and I think they thought I was plainclothes detectives. But they said, I'm not sure, but I think it's that way, go round the back.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So, how long have you been set up for?
We've been here for 1.5 years.
How's it going?
Doing good. After Coffee Festival, we're starting to gain a lot of traction. Which was the idea, especially because although we, in our local community, everyone in our local community that comes here loves us, to go to Coffee Festival and to have world champion coffee roasters and world champion baristas say your coffee's lovely is a massive, it's a bit of an ego booster.
Right, well I'm not a world champion,
Yeah.
anything except I like.
But we care about the local community rather than the coffee. We want everyone to be happy.
Right, so local folk come in here or
Local
stuff?
folk come here.
That's good, so
That's
you're
why
surviving.
we're surviving. The idea was to, instead of marketing it to the wider coffee community, I want people in this area to come here instead of people from Shoreditch.
Right.
That's what I want. But obviously now that I've got a local following a bit,
Right.
now we can start expanding out.
You're not going to expand too far
No,
because that
absolutely not. That's the
usually-
ruins the charm of what I am.
That's usually when
Everything goes wrong. I don't plan on having more than one employee in this shop. And I don't want an employee really. The only employee I want is me, and don't even employ myself. So, would you like a coffee firstly?
Yeah,
whilst you
yeah.
sit?
Could I don't know, could I just have a single espresso, please?
Yes.
Could I just say, I'm no coffee expert. I like coffee. I've been going to the coffee festival for
Yeah.
about 10 years. I've never actually bought anything.
Yeah.
Because none of it appealed to me.
Yeah.
There's a nice sort of artisan atmosphere to
Yeah.
it. I think probably they're going to have to maybe probably make it more acceptable to the average hunter from the high street, but I'm not sure. But anyway, there are a lot of names there, and it was purely by chance. I bumped into you. I went past that little sort of area your coffee was at,
Yeah.
and I tried it, and I thought it was really good. One of the things is that there's been a huge explosion of espresso bars in London over the past 15-20 years, and most of it I don't really like. Most of it is a bit like rusty tap water, rather than, because I only ever drink espresso or possibly a macchiato, but I don't like my coffee flooded with milk. I love espresso, good quality, and I love Italian espresso. A lot of the sort of coffee that you get in espresso bars in London is
A bit too acidic, maybe.
sorry?
A bit too acidic for you.
It's not like it's sort of like it's of orange colour rather than a dark brown.
That's not me. I'm very much in the middle. I'm a much more chocolatey. So
It's Italian espresso,
Yeah.
right? And you've got the two poles from my point of view. You've got Trieste in the north,
yeah,
where really, and those house brand comes from, and you've got Naples in the south, where
Yeah.
coffee is to die for in almost every cafe you go to.
I disagree with that personally.
You don't like that stuff?
I hate Neapolitan style coffee.
Right. I'm not. I mean, it's not all the booster stuff.
If you like it, you like
Ferrando
it.
is the
so,
brand I
yeah.
like.
So
You don't like the, well, where do you like your coffee from? Where do you drink anywhere?
I like coffee from London. I think London coffee is now by far the best in terms of we've got the Italian culture, we've got the Australian culture.
That's the stuff I don't like.
We've got the English culture. We're a melting pot. So we're the best of every single industry. So one of the reasons why I don't like Neapolitan coffee is the machines they use. 99% of espresso machines they use in Napoli are San Marco, which are the lever machines, which are the 4 Greek lever machines. And they have a pressure of 15 bar. They're very, very high pressure. So even if you really dial your recipe in, your coffee's always going to taste burnt, because you're always going to get that initial pull of the lever when it's like really powerful and strong, and it's very difficult to control that.
Well,
but if you like it, you like it. That's my thing. I don't like to.
I just find that it's a fruity flavour, and I like it's one personal taste.
Yeah, everything's personal taste.
Right. Even the beans you grind. I mean, a guy from Eureka was saying to me one year at London Coffee Festival, it's never the same cup of coffee you make twice, because the beans are actually a natural product.
Yeah.
Well, we've roasted, but it's a natural product, and so it can be different from one day to the next, depending on the weather situation.
But if the door's open, it changes every 2 hours. How is that, by the way? What do you think? It's
lovely. I mean, the crema is incredibly light.
Yeah.
But the actual coffee itself is a nice dark coffee. I like it. I'll buy a bag to take home with me. I'm not going to come this far and get lost.
You've got a few choices as well.
But I'll talk to you about that. Can I just say that I also like coffee from Turin. I like that.
Coffee from Turin's pretty decent.
I like that dry.
Have you tried? What is it? Oh, what's my friends in the Turin called? Oh no, Cafe Costa d'Oro. Cafe Costa d'Oro. They're pretty decent.
So, no. But no, it's my drug of choice. I mean, I'm in my 70s now. This is 50 years ago, in 1970. I was hitchhiking through mainly southern Europe with my girlfriend at that time, and we ended up in Italy. And I thought, I think it was a big deal. We stopped at the rail station and I thought, I'm going to have an Italian espresso, and I've been here ever since. I've tried making more. Like everyone, I've started with a stovetop machine, and I've had a Gadja, I've had an ECM. I've had for 2 years, I've had a lever machine. I did have a La Pavonia lever about 25 years ago, but I've got a Swiss Olympia Cremina. It's beautifully made, and I love the coffee I'm making with it.
That's good.
And this is a little lever machine. It's just a little metal box with some heating elements, and it's ideal for my partner and I. She likes Italy and Italian coffee as well. So we're both happy. But you're not a big fan of lever machines on a commercial basis. They all used to be like that. They all used to
I know.
be like
I used to work with a La Marzocco lever in my shop in Clapham, and that's why I don't like them, because it's so difficult to get every shot right. But when I have to admit, I am a control freak. I want every single one of my coffees to be the same amount of coffee in, the same amount of water out, the same time. I am all about consistency, and it's impossible with a lever machine, especially when you're making. I was making, because we were really busy at lunchtime, I'd be making 200 coffees, and I'd be, I've got to get the previews right, I've got to do this one now, I've got to do this one, I've got to do that one now. It's impossible for someone that's doing a busy rush. But now someone wants oat milk, someone wants extra hot, someone wants 2 sugars in their cup when you brew it, someone wants almond milk, someone wants coconut. It's impossible to get every single coffee right, and that with this, I know the only thing I need to do.
What is that?
So this is a La Marzocco Linear Classic.
I can see this. Right.
This is the greatest coffee machine ever made. This is Do you know the Italian adage of you cannot have coffee after cappuccino after 11 o'clock?
Yes, it's an unwritten law, you know.
Do you know why that is?
I don't know, but I know that a friend of mine was in Sicily about the same time I'm talking about, the early 70s, and she came back ill with bovine TB because she thought she'd drunk too much untreated milk in her coffee. That's a true story.
Well, it's not because of that, but that's unfortunate.
So anyway, no, I don't know. You tell me why.
This is the first coffee machine that has dual boilers. It has an integrated brewing boiler and an integrated steam boiler, which you can turn one of them off. Yeah. Because electricity is more expensive after 11 o'clock in Italy.
Oh, I see.
After 11 o'clock,
I see.
You can turn the steam boiler off, which means you save money. So that is why you can't have a cappuccino after 11 o'clock in Italy. So we'll turn the steam boiler off, and that's all because of the greatest coffee machine ever made, the La Marzocco Linear Classic. The greatest, whatever. No matter how many awesome machines, the machines I were using at the weekend, the Slayer machines, are far better than this when making a coffee, in terms of pure taste. But no coffee machine will ever have a cultural impact as this one has. This is the standard of a coffee machine. If you see one of these in a coffee bar, you know you're going to get somewhat of a decent coffee. Yeah. It's not always going to be 10 out of 10, but it is a standard. Well, and it's the greatest coffee machine ever made.
The La Marzocco brought a domestic version of
which I have
about 6-8 years ago, and I went to their office out near Old Street about 5-6 years ago, and I would have bought it. Yeah. But I live on the second floor of an old building. There's no lift. Yeah. I'm in my 70s now, so
can't lift it.
Everything about. I can't lift any more 35 kilos up the stairs, or even bring them downstairs. And I decided against it. I wish I'd bought it because I've got an ECM domestic, which is really good. But the thing about all these for domestic use, you're probably better off having a vibration pump machine rather than a circular pump. And so the Rancilio Silvia, which I just got from my good friend, it's a really decent machine. It is indeed, and I had one about 20 years ago. But anything heavier than that, I can't go up the stairs. My little Swiss Olympia Cremina is only 10 kilos. Yeah.
It's not bad.
And I can do that. I haven't had to get it serviced yet, but it'll be coming up soon. But La Marzocco are wonderful machines, actually.
They are, they're fantastic.
Well, Starbucks know that. Then most of their shops have La Marzocco.
No, they used to, not anymore.
Oh, not anymore, right.
Not anymore, they used to, which is it's sort of the story of how, in a way, Slayer were born.
Yeah, they're from
Seattle. They're from Seattle, Washington. Right. And a small company called Starbucks started using La Marzocco's. And then La Marzocco had to build a factory in Seattle to keep up with the demand of Starbucks. And then Starbucks pulled the plug on it. So instead of La Marzocco keeping the factory open, they closed it. They closed the factory. Right. And all the people that worked at the factory bought the factory. And then they started Slayer.
It's an interesting name.
So it's
a very interesting name for a coffee machine. I don't know.
I've been told the name, but I'm not going to repeat it just in case. I do know the reason. I found that out on Sunday.
I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm not
well, aggressive. I'm on stream at the moment. I'm actually streaming at the moment, so that's why I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
So, but what I will say is both Slayer and La Marzocco make fantastic machines, and it's brilliant that both of them are in the industry.
So anyway,
but I will say the Linear Classic, which I've got at home, it's fantastic. It's the one that it's so beautifully made.
Yeah. Well, that's the same about this little Swiss machine I got, the Olympia. Yeah. It's a beautifully made machine, and it's like all sort of Reaver machines. It takes a bit of time to get used to it, but it doesn't have electric pumps in it. And for me, that's an advantage. Yeah. Because ultimately, if you've got an electric pump in your machine, one day it will go. they'll stop producing the pressure the right way that it had when you first got it. But my little machine is just a very simple domestic machine, and I recommend it to everybody who's interested in making small amounts of coffee for themselves, maybe some friends, and it's really, really good. But anyway, I'm glad you're happy with your La Marzocco.
I mean, I bought it 2 years ago, and I bought it half price. Basically, it's 15 years old. This machine.
Well, they were telling me when I went to La Marzocco outlet, it was just off City Road and near Old Street, up near there. They said you'll get at least 15 years from our machine.
But this is 15 years old, and it's rebuilt from the ground up, so it's all.
What, by Marzocco?
No, my friend Bartosz did it. He rebuilt it.
It's handy to have friends who can do that.
But it's solid.
Right.
Really, it shouldn't be in my shop. This is designed to make 30 kilos of coffee a day, not even a kilo.
And my partner and I, we get through some like 3 kilos a month.
Yeah.
You know, and that's enough for us.
Yeah.
So that's your roaster. I know nothing about roasters, but okay, you're a guy who likes coffee.
Yeah.
Decided you wanted to make a go of it yourself, roasting and producing coffee, like good quality coffee, so like a little local coffee shop.
So the idea was sort of I was pushed to do it in a way, because I was working with my friends from 7 grams for 4 years, 8 years in total. I have worked at 7 grams, but due to the pandemic and me being clinically vulnerable, I could no longer get on the train into London anymore. Because I've had lung problems in my past, and I'm on immunosuppressant medication, so I didn't want to go into the city anymore.
I should have shaken your hand. I apologise.
No, I'm 4 times vaccinated.
Well,
so
I'm only 3, but I was randomly selected by ONS, so I've been tested every month for the last. It's part of the sort of national survey, and so far I haven't had any infection at all.
I mean, great stuff. So I'm clinically vulnerable. But my dad said, you've always had a dream of opening your coffee roastery. Why don't you do it?
Yeah.
So my dad pushed me to do it. We have this building that we've owned for many years.
Oh, you actually own it?
Yeah, we own the building.
It comes up on the web. I saw this, this stairwell going down, and I said, that can't be right. Must be bigger than that.
It's tiny. It's perfect for me because it's easy to clean.
So you're not claustrophobic? You might be immunosuppressed, but
I love being in small places. I've always worked in small coffee shops, except for our one in Clapham, which is enormous, which is too big for me. I feel.
What's the name of the?
It's Coffee Studio Clapham. It's in Stockwell. It's on the Clapham Road in Stockwell.
Right.
Which is an Italian coffee shop. That is a very Italian coffee shop.
And you recommend it if you like a nice coffee?
It's alright. It's not coffee company, but
I
it's
live in Westminster, so
Stockwell's easy for you.
I can either walk to St James Park Tube Station or walk to Pimlico Station. Where I'm in between.
So Stockwell's easy for you. So definitely give it a go. It's really lovely to sit there, and it's a great space to be.
And it's called what, sorry?
Coffee Studio.
Coffee Studio,
yeah.
Right. Because I haven't been there for the past year, but I used to go to Lidl in Stockwell.
Do you know Dolcezza, or what used to be Dolcezza?
No.
It's it's called the Printworks. It's where it is. That's where Coffee Studio is now.
Right. So during the pandemic, not went to all that much. So, but I'm not very far from Stockwell.
So definitely visit.
You've got a Slayer.
Yeah, they gave me some stuff.
Right.
But that's why I started my roastery, and in 1.5 years we're starting to go strongly, and we're invited, and people are liking the coffee, and I've taught myself. So.
Okay, I can order stuff for. I'll take a bag today.
Yeah.
But if I decide to either try 1 or 2 more of
give me a shout. You can either order online now. I'm finally sorting my website out.
Right, I've got that wee card you gave me.
Yeah. Everything. So we can do everything.
So I can order for you get it delivered. I'll get it delivered.
I can deliver it next day almost.
It doesn't need to be that fast.
Yeah.
So you deliver it or do the post office?
I have a post office. I've got a post office next door to me, so I just put it in the post.
I've no problem with
Super easy.
Okay. Lovely. I was really nice coffee. I was a bit put off by the very light creamer, but
Yeah.
the flavour was really, really good.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that Antipodean coffee very much. It hasn't been roasted. I always feel it hasn't been roasted long enough. You know.
I like not overly light, but this is the coffee I took to Coffee Festival, which for me that's perfect.
Is
That's
that Ethiopian stuff you're
Yeah.
talking to me about?
yeah. That's what I was using at the weekend.
Yeah.
For me, that's the perfect roast. Chocolatey, not too dark, not too light.
Okay. All right. I'll have a bag of. What did you give me just now?
This is the Valentine's Day special. I know it's a bit late for Valentine's
I've only
Day.
ever had one Valentine my whole life, and I was 14 at the time. And
It's a good number.
That's because we were in the same Scottish
Yeah.
country dance class
Yeah.
together. But it didn't last long.
Yeah.
So that was. But she did send me a Valentine. I don't know why. I think she felt guilty because she was a better dancer than me. Right. I'll take one of those. No, one of those bigger bags. Tell
Yeah.
me the price now. Can I pay by card? I don't
Yes.
think I've got any cash.
Have I got the back of the label? That's a question. I don't have the back of the label.
Well, I mean, just write it by.
Yeah.
by-
I've got the front of the label, so
No, it's
that's
okay.
fine.
Just scribble it down and I'll post it up. Can I ask you one other thing?
Yeah.
Have you got a loo here?
Yes, just at the end.
Right, I'll do all this first because
Yeah.
I've come out all this way. I need a pee. Something from Puglia. I haven't been to Italy for about 5 years. I
We
don't.
need to go back. It's lovely.
I've been confused by all this thing about testing. You know, before you can go, all these different countries have different test levels and stuff. And people who feel they've been fully tested, but things have changed while they're waiting to get their planes and all that are coming back. So I don't know. But I'd be sad if I never get back to Italy. So straight from the bucket. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the way we like our coffee. So if you give me how much you going to give me there?
250 grams.
250 grams is fine, thank you. Who's the footballer? Are you
That's Leslie King.
Spurs?
Yeah, that's me.
You're a Spurs man, yeah?
That's me.
I don't pay very much attention to football these days. I mean, there's just so much of it. But I grew up when Real Madrid, I can still remember being amazed by seeing Real Madrid live on television in black and white. This is the late 50s, maybe 1960.
Yeah.
It was like watching magicians play. It was
Yeah.
just so totally different from the football played in
The only magicians back then were the double winning side of Tottenham. They were the magicians then.
with John White and
John
Terry
White.
Jones and all that. So
Yeah, that's the one. Pat Jennings, the greatest goalkeeper to ever exist.
Dave Mackay.
Dave McKay.
I brought a wee bag. It's
Yeah.
all right. So how much do you want for this? And this is the Valentine's Day special, yeah?
That's the one.
So it's not just available on 14th of February or whatever it is.
It's just because I need to get rid of the rest of it.
It's all right. It's okay.
That's really great coffee, that is. It's
So would it be? Say I decided I wanted, in 6 months' time, I'd
Yeah.
like to have more. It would still be available here, or
probably not, to be honest.
Okay.
Because it's a special. It's £15 for that one. It's a one-off coffee. I need to tap those cushions in, right?
it's rain. Yeah, the weather forecast was for light or lightish rain for most of the day. But you've even got copper frothing drums.
Yeah.
Can I ask, are you seeing increased sales as a direct consequence of being a coffee festival?
Not yet, but we've got time.
But you feel that
It's
it was
notoriety.
advantageous that you
Yeah.
did go there, right?
And it gets me closer to the industry, which really helps.
first game I ever saw in England was my uncle lived near Harrow. He took me to see Spurs.
Yeah.
This would be 1950, 1960.
Yeah.
It would have been the double winning team. Bill Brown was the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And he was a Scottish goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Seems like a contradiction
Yeah.
in terms these days. Scots and a goalkeeper, but he was a good goalkeeper. They were a good team.
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything in Europe, did they? I mean,
Well, we're the first English team to win the double. We're the first English team to win a European trophy.
I think you should stick with Conte. He is a winner.
We should
and
stick with Conte.
He's making that team look.
They already look
better.
brilliant. As the only thing that's got to happen is, as most of my friends, as we're all very much back the manager or get out Mr. Levy.
He's the financial manager.
He
isn't
is. He's the owner. So, if Conte is backed, Tottenham will win everything. And, without a shadow of a doubt, he is the best manager in the world already, in my opinion. What he's done, he's made players like Matt Doherty look class.
You don't really, I don't know. Listen, I don't know very much about football these days, you know.
But Conte is great. He's a brilliant manager. And it's always great to have an Italian at in football, especially at Tottenham.
Italian clubs were European champions for most of the 60s after Real Madrid, mainly Inter Milan.
AC in Inter.
The AC Milan team that came at the end of the 80s, early 90s was the best team since Real Madrid in the early 50s. They were a great team now. Right, I've got this.
Yeah.
It's got your.
It's got everything on it.
Yeah. So I want to order more of this.
Yeah.
I'll go on.
Give me a shout.
Can I use your one now?
Of course. It's just at the end and turn right.
Thank you very much. I won't be long.
Right. Let's have a look. Special blend. Tell me the cost and the money will be in the post. Cool. I'll do that right away, Nifa. Waiting to see what Ben recommends. Definitely going to go for your favourite Madeira cake, Bob. Pizza, walnut cake would be a great choice. Afternoon, Mr. Cousins. Sure, it's good old Madeira, right? Yep. Good old Jamaica cake, lemon cake, English. We don't do tea here. Take my coffee. It's so interesting to listen to too. Great stuff. That's the point. We want you to listen to everyone. It's like the machine that goes ping. Doesn't go ping. It goes bang. Good afternoon, Mr. Brady. Great to see you as always. So yes, I will send a message to Nifa and I'll send that t-shirt over in the coffee. Sounds like us come and support Spurs. There's always room for one more. Great to see you, Mr. De Bottom Doer. Lovely to see you in the chat and hopefully you are well.
Thanks very much for that. Jeremy Dodgers.
Yeah, that's my biscuit section. You've got to taste biscuits with coffees because people are always going to have biscuits with coffee.
I should really have sugar in but I can't afford it with it costs my dentist these days.
I don't put sugar in my coffee, so.
It's more or less obligatory in Italy, or used to be, maybe less so.
But it's going to change now, especially after the documentary my other company tried to make, where sugar. 98% of coffee is water. So if you put one sachet of sugar in your coffee, you've ruined your coffee because you've got more sugar than coffee. So they're trying to change it. The new mentality is coming in. Italy has to modernise, unfortunately. It'll get there, but
and start drinking cappuccino after 11 o'clock in the morning.
that needs to stay. But if you want a cappuccino after 11 o'clock, who's to stop you?
Although I've been in restaurants.
And they won't serve you.
Oh yeah, they have. And
They will shout at you.
Proprietor has said, "Oh no, I'm sorry, madam, or sir, whatever. We don't sell with milk after whatever time." Right, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely, lovely to meet you.
My name's Robin, and as I said to you, I live in Westminster, and if the thing for you to do as a roaster is consistency. I tend to use daily coffee from the supermarket because it's good and it's consistent.
Yeah.
I used to get coffee from breweries.
Yeah.
They're now in Woolwich, but they used to be.
We don't like Woolwich, we support Tottenham.
And their coffee is good, but it'd be different one month to the
Yeah.
next. You'd be buying the same variety, but
It tastes different, yeah.
So if you think you can get your consistency, make it more than this
Yeah.
order for me.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasure.
We are quite consistent.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm glad I found you. And
We hope to see you again.
yeah, possibly. Especially if it's going well and you get different varieties. But if you get one good variety and I like it,
Yeah.
I'll probably stay with that.
We'll
okay?
see what we can do because we're only a small company. We can't exactly
Yeah.
We can't buy the same coffee all the time. That's the
The
problem.
thing to
Yeah.
do is you're in competition with the big companies who can, but the thing to do is don't diversify too much.
Which we're
Don't
not
branch
doing.
out too much. Okay.
We're staying very small and we're sticking to our ethos, which is constant refreshing.
You see, I'm retired now, but about 20. Well, I was still working, say 25, 20 years
Yeah.
ago. I thought seriously about starting a coffee shop,
Yeah.
a single shop. I knew the property in Westminster, actually, a little place, not quite as hard to find as this, but not on a main street. And I thought that'd be an ideal place. I thought really hard about it and got a business plan together and all that sort of thing. I'm glad I didn't do it because just after that there was this explosion of Starbucks,
Yeah.
Cafe Nero, the
Yeah,
whole
it would have
thing
killed you.
get now.
It would have killed you.
Yes, and I'd have been bankrupt.
But now we're seeing the end of Starbucks, especially with Australia leading the way. If there's not a single Starbucks in Australia now,
Really?
not a single one.
I must find out about that.
It's time. It's now the era of the artisan coffee roaster.
2 reasons for me never to go to Australia. My ex-wife lives there, and I don't like their espresso as much as I do Italian espresso.
Australia is more of a flat white country. It's
Yeah.
much more of a. It's different. I love Australian coffee. I
Yeah.
love New Zealand coffee.
Yeah.
I just love coffee. At the end of the day, I love all
But
coffee.
it's good, and there's not.
Except for American filter coffee. I despise filter coffee in America.
Well,
Never.
I always thought. I mean, I've been in America where they'd never heard of espresso. They didn't know what that.
Well, there's
was.
filter.
But the thing is, their filter coffee is good. If
Depends
it's
where
well
you go,
made-
eh?
If it's well made, San Francisco used to be good. I thought, and it's ideal with the type of food America has.
Yeah.
So I can drink that. Listen, I've got to go now before the rain gets
Yeah.
any heavier. It's been a pleasure. Maybe
As
meet you
always.
again, and I'll tell you how I found this.
Let
when
me
I
know
made
how
at
it
home.
tastes.
Okay. All the best for the company, and hope you do well. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I will see you again, sir.
Yeah. I hope so. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Oh, be careful.
Right, I'll go out. I'll go round.
Yeah, just go that way. Turn right and you can go all the way around.
Anti-clockwise.
Yeah, no, clockwise. Come out, turn right, and turn right.
Okay then. Thanks very much. See you again.
See you again. Kimber is in the house. Great to see so many of the Spurs family here. Lovely to see you, Kim. Great to see you, Kim. Everyone's saying good morning or good afternoon. Lovely to see you. Hopefully you are doing well, miss. Chatterbox, yeah. We like chatterboxes. We like talking. Much love to the Canadian wing of the fam. Bobby K, great name. Yep. I like yours more. Great stuff. It's up, you never know. Comes here to talk about to talk about coffee, and we end up talking about the 50s Tottenham team. Mr. Polite Customers. I have 3 sugars in my coffee for medicinal purposes. That doesn't happen here, Bob, unfortunately. Doesn't happen here. We will definitely we will find Neva's address again, Anthony. We'll send her some coffee. And we will send the t-shirt as well. Deanna shouldn't be running in the rain. That's very dangerous, miss. Damn it. No worries, Kim, no worries. You never know who's going to come through the door on a Wednesday afternoon when it's raining like hell. You never know. But it's always great. You never know who's going to walk through the door. And now it's raining like hell. I feel like I need another coffee after talking like that. Is it time to try the bowler? I think so. Groovy tunage. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It makes you like... It's really calming. We've got the rainy music, but now we've got the rain as well. Which so far is not leaking into my shop. I like sours. Bob Spurt is saying, are Arsenal about to crumble like a cheesecake base? I hope so. Problem is we like cheesecake and we don't like Woolwich. I think Arsenal are about to fall apart like a rich tea biscuit into a cup of tea. 1 bips. I'm laughing, I'm sorry, need for tea. I've never heard someone speak so much. The stream be finished soon, then bedtime. Yeah. Oh boy, it's raining. This is actually suited to a filter coffee. We've got lightning. What the hell happened? So when are we going to have a V60? With the bowler. Right. Very, very frightening. Yeah, we don't like thunder.
When you have diarrhea.
Oh, great advert. When you have diarrhea. Interesting advert. What a way to ruin the stream, YouTube. Well done. Ben, it's mad rain in Chick. Yeah, it is. It's really bad. It's really... Kim Burke, Gray, and all the others in chat. So I am getting work done while this runs in the background, so I'm not too talkative. Great stuff, Cove. Get some stuff done. Can you see that? Yeah. Rain and sunshine in Hertfordshire. Rainbow soon. Smells pretty good actually, the bowler, when it's ground. Wow, I can hear the storm that, yeah. it's quite loud. Bad storm right now, thunder, yeah. Big up Mr. K and Mr. Dermot, lovely to see you guys. Having a blast off today. So, let's start. Gravel. Storm scared me, so I came here. We are always welcoming people to get out of the rain. Nice to see where that came from. It came from the window. Can you see that on camera, the pour over? Yes, you can. 12 in the chat. Woo! Good morning, Mr. K. Dark cloud gone overhead. It's gone really dark, yeah. Been thunderstruck. I've not been thunderstruck yet. Reckon that looks so. It's beautiful watching you do it. Yeah, it's fun. I've made enough of them. This isn't my first rodeo. try this filtered coffee, and then we're going to get off the stream, because we are running out of time here. How's the roof? Any signs of leaks now? It's right. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of a leak. I don't know where it's coming from. It seems to have stopped, I think. Is that a drop there? What I should do is I should close it. I probably should call my builder. I'm good at finding leaks, but my bladder is a little dodgy. Yeah, it helps a bit, Cove. Definitely helps a bit. Need to clean my UK43 at some point. Congratulations on reaching 100 subscribers, Ben. This is just a start. This channel is so unique, and I'm betting there will be hundreds and thousands, even millions. But hope so, the bottom do. Hopefully, we can make all those people happy. That's the idea of this channel. It's to get people out of the stress of the world. The world is a really stressful place at the moment, and we need people to. We need people to get off the crazy wagon. Let's all chillax together. Let's all drink some wonderful coffee. We can have some great conversations. And yeah, hopefully we can make the world a better place. That's what I'm trying to do, at least. One coffee at a time. Let's make the world a better, nicer place. It's a good thing, Cuba. Me and Cuba are excellent. Oxford's always appreciated. Yes, they are. I think it's because the window's slightly open. But we will see. It's not leaking out the spot it was leaking out yesterday, so interesting. Right. Let's try this coffee. So that's the colour of it. It's a bit paler than I expected. It definitely has a caramelly. It does have a toffee apple smell, which is good. Oh, spinach. Seems to have stopped. Good stuff. It's really hammering it down. I don't know if you can see that in the window. Oh, yes you can. It's almost like it's a picture. Right, let's try this coffee. Flat. Just flat. Got an appley taste, but it's flat. It's flat, unfortunately. It's not great, unfortunately. I hope it's going to be a rainbow soon. It'd be nice if just a rainbow just happened behind me. That'd be lovely. I'm not a fan of this coffee. It's flat. There's nothing going on. It's just... There's a bit of apple at the end. That's not good. That's a real shame. So 2 coffees I have had today, and 2 of them misses. Tap, tap, tap. It's got a black tea sort of mouthfeel. But for me, I'm disappointed quite heavily. It's a real shame. You win some, you lose some, I guess. But it's just not my flavour palette at the end of the day. But it needs, if it's, where's the acidity? Nuke it with sugar. That's not going to work. It's just going to taste like sugar. Doesn't taste of anything. It's not flat. It's not bitter. It's not acidic. If it's a washed coffee but with no acidity, that's a real problem. There's no acidity there at all. There's no sweetness. There's no acidity. There's no minerals. There's nothing. It's flat. Totally flat. And that's supposedly 3rd of March. No, 28th of March. For a coffee to taste flat after only being roasted 10 days ago, that's not right. What a shame. What a shame. So, right. Eugene's saying hello to Mr. K. Great stuff. We are now going to end the stream here. It's been a really great day so far. And we had a great customer here, talked for a while, and we had a great chat about everything from Tottenham to coffee, to artisanal stuff, to Coffee Festival. It was great. I didn't actually get to do what I wanted to do, which was share pictures of Coffee Festival, but we can do that tomorrow. So, yeah. I would like to say thank you to Celery Agent, to Carterman, to Couv, to Graham, to Nifa, to Bobby K, to Phil, to Eugene, to Mr. Yeah, we did Bobby K. To Mr. Anthony Gray, to Mr. Catman Jess. This is getting Mr. Fitzy, love Fitzy. Fitzy's great. So, Mr. Bob Spur, thank you for finally joining my stream. It was an absolute pleasure to have you in my chat today. Such a wonderful guy, and I will see you Friday when we see you, and it's going to be a brilliant day. Mr. Carl Simpson, hello, Mr. Carl. I missed him because of the chat. Mr. Mark Cousins was here. Mr. Philip Brady, great to see Mr. Philip Brady. To Mr. De Bottom Duta. To Miss Kimber. Love seeing Kimber in the chat, and we look forward to seeing you with Bob on Friday as well. And Mr. K. and Mr. Tottenham Tantrum Gold, otherwise known as Dermot. It's been an absolute pleasure to see you all in the chat. Hopefully it's made you happy. Hopefully it was a great way to spend a couple of hours or an hour and a half. And yeah, Thank you, Bob. It's an absolute it's a pleasure to hear that from you. And yeah, what a positive way to start the day. Have a good one, Ben. Yeah, that's what I hope for. If it puts a smile on everyone's faces, that's all I care about. So thank you so much for joining. And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing.